Hello and welcome to Nltv News. Now I'm Mihana Muri and we'll start with the headlines. Nagaland, Manipur and Assam Zillengrong Frontal Organization along with officials of Zillengrong Union, all Zillengrong Students Union and Rongmai Naga students met NSCNK Niki factions to President Niki Sumi. During the meeting, NSC and GPRNK reaffirmed its stand on peace and unity among all sections of Naga society. Union Minister for Tribal Affairs Arjun Munda, who is on a 3-day visit to Nagaland, visits Kifiri aspirational districts on Tuesday, lays the foundation stone of Eklavya Model Residential School Kifiri and also inspects the Industrial Training Institute construction site. In view of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Assam via Dimapur on April 28, Dimapur, Chumukedima and Newland declared a no-fly zone remotely piloted aircrafts banned from flying for a period of 10 days with effects from Wednesday. Amid surge of COVID cases in the country, Prime Minister Narendra Modi chairs a meeting with chief ministers of all states to assess the COVID-19 situation. During the meeting, PM discusses about precautionary measures to be taken to curb menace. Prime Minister Narendra Modi expresses his condolences over the death of 11 people due to electrocution during chariot procession in Appar Swami Temple in Tanjavur, Tamil Nadu. PM also announces an ex gratia of 2 lakh each to next of kin. Now the news in details. The civil society organizations Zillengrong Frontal Organization of Assam, Manipur and Nagaland, including officials of Zillengrong Union, all Zillengrong Students Union and Rongmai Naga Students Organization met NSC and GPRNK President Niki Sumi and Ato Kilonsar Starson Lamkang on Tuesday. The meeting was considered a fruitful and positive. The collective leadership of NSC and GPRNK reaffirmed its stand on a peace and unity among all sections of Naga society and reminded the tribal leaders that the organization stood for unity first and then solution. The leaders also emphasized that Nagas of all Naga inhabited area must be one in spirit, in deed, and seek their inherited rights. The leaders also urged the tribal leaders to continue striving for unity among Nagas. Sumi and Starson mentioned that leaders of Naga civil society has a vital role to play in bringing the Naga people for one common goal. In addition to the Zillengrong delegation expressed solidarity on Naga people's want for peace and unity among the Nagas, irrespective of boundary demarcation, and for solution decades-old Naga political struggle, and assured the NSC and GPRNK leadership of all possible cooperation towards the betterment of Naga people. Besides, Niki and Starson, Deputy C Mansi Kamei spoke on the meeting that was chaired by NSC and GPRN Secretary Inovi Naga. Union Minister for Tribal Affairs Arjun Munda visited Kifiri Aspirational District on 26 April 2022 and held a meeting at DC's conference hall. In his address, Munda stated that there should be an all-round development and that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has set up aspirational districts with an aim to develop the most backward district in the country and for overall progress. Union Minister urged district officers to work hard to get good rank in aspirational districts for development in the district. He also highlighted on the importance of health and education sector. Earlier, the Union Ministry also visited the ongoing construction of Eklavya Model Residential School and laid the foundation stone for EKRS at Kifiri. In view of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Assam via Dimapur, a no-fly zone for remotely piloted aircrafts in whole area of Dimapur, Chumukedima and Newland has been imposed for a period of 10 days with effect starting from April 27, 2022. Notably, Commissioner of Police and Chairman, Airdom Committee, Rotutu Tetso, through a notification informed that violation of the directive shall amount to suspension, cancellation of UIN, UAOP of RPA issued by Directive General of Civil Aviation and shall attract punitive action under prevalent sections of IPC Aircraft Act 1934, the Aircraft Rules of 1937 or any statutory provisions. It is to be mentioned that as part of the security drill, there will be traffic restrictions imposed on April 28 from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. along the stretch from airports till the light gate. According to CP, no vehicles will be allowed to be parked along the road from Dimapur Airport Junction, Dongapan Junction, Clock Tower, DC Court Junction, Dalai Gate. In an attempt to promote products of local women through Transformative Livelihood Intervention Project and other livelihood programs, the Department of Women Resource Development took the opportunity to start Maiki Store. The store was inaugurated in Dimapur Half Nagarjan Kuda village by advisor Animal Husbandry, Veterinary Services and Women Resource Development R. King. Addressing the inaugural program, King stated that Women Resource Development Department, since its separation from Social Welfare Department, has been able to aid and work for the upliftment of women in the state. King stated that women are now progressing in many areas including education, employment and becoming equal partners in socio-economic development. He said self-reliant projects, even in small and humble ways, could improve the economy of the family and of the state. R. King, however, expresses his concern over the absence of women representatives in the State Assembly and called upon women to take up political fields to be part of the law-making body. The Northeast Small Finance Bank inaugurated its Kohima branch office on Tuesday at High School area near Vishal Mart, Kohima. Advisor Horticulture and Border Affairs Matang Yantan, while inaugurating the bank, said that the state is witnessing blooming entrepreneurs and most of the youngsters not looking for government job but are now mostly into entrepreneurship, which is a good sign of progress. Yantan also termed Nagaland as a land of opportunities and that Northeast Small Finance Bank has opened 2 branches in Nagaland so far. Furthermore, Yantan added, saying the tribal areas have a lot of mortgage lent and this issue is sorted out with the approval of Sarfasi Act and is enacted by the Assembly, and said and once it's put in place, it will be sorted out. Yantan further challenged the people of Nagaland, especially to the educated unemployed youth, that when mainland people can do business in Nagaland, why can't Nagas and why can't take the advantage of the facilities? It may also be mentioned that he also appealed to the banks that the person who are availing loans should be genuine and should be given loans to the deserving ones.
This mortgage of land is quite a problem. But I'm sure this issue will also be sorted out because now Sarfasi Act is almost approved and it's already, in fact, it is already enacted in the Assembly. I would like to appeal to the people of Nagaland, especially the youngsters, the educated unemployed, that when other people from the mainlands can come and they can do business here, why can't we do it? I earlier said there is land of opportunity, and Nagaland is a land of opportunity. Why do they come? They see prospect, they see scope, they see potential here in Nagaland. That's why they are coming and doing business. So we have to, emulate from their example. We have to also compete with them, learn from them, and we should, be able to stand on our own by doing business. And banking sector, they have come up to this level. They are here to serve us.
Food and Civil Supplies Department under Azadi Ke Amrit Mahotsav organized a celebratory program of Anna Yojana and public distribution system at CKS Hall Twinsang, PN 26 April, Tuesday. Special guest of the program was Twinsang Deputy Commissioner Kumar Ramnikant, who encouraged the congregation to be transparent in everything they do. The government is able to achieve its objectives. Woka celebrates Kisan Mela under Azadi Ke Amrit Mahotsav at TE Hall, Woka, with Deputy Commissioner and Chairman Governing Board Atma Woka Orentang Lotha as the special guest during the program. Orentang said 58% of Indian population are farmers, and almost 70% to 80% of the Nagaland's population are farmers. And although there are so many sectors where government can work on, the government in such Organizing such events has allowed farmers understanding that they are given importance by the government, because whenever we eat, consume comes from products through the hard work of the farmers. Deputy Commissioner on behalf of the farmers expressed gratitude to the government and department for organizing such events and to standardize the trained farmers, which he opined that such kind of trainings will help farmers boost their economy. Parents Krihi Vigyan Kendra and Agriculture Technology Management Agency, in a joint effort, organized Farmers Fair Kam Jal Shakti Abhiyant and Farmer Scientist Interaction Exhibition at Chaluke KVK Farm under Azadi Ke Amrit Mahotsav. The chief guest for the program of Chaluke was Additional Deputy Commissioner Chaluke, Dr. Tino Jongshichang, where he spoke on sustainable farming and crop insurance scheme for the benefit of the farmers. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be transiting through Dimapur on his way to attend a public rally in Nltv in the neighboring Karbi Anglong district. Nagaland state government functionary dismissed the rumor about Modi visiting Nagaland, stating that Modi's scheduled visit to Assam on April 28 with first stopover at Dibrugarh, where he will inaugurate the cancer care at Assam Medical College and Hospital and virtually inaugurate 7 cancer hospitals as well as lay foundation for 7 more. Therefore, he will visit Nltv on Karbi Anglong via Dimapur, where the Prime Minister will address a unity, peace and development rally. Deputy Commissioner Pek Razuvele Dazo launched the Honey Project and Peccary Breeding Unit under the flagship of ICCI Foundation Rural Livelihood under for Sustainable Livelihood team at All Ranguzu Village, Pek on 26 April. Speaking at the program, Razuvele assured full cooperation and support towards the project. He expressed his gratitude to the ICCI Foundation for selecting the area and said that the project would benefit the villagers, and also asked asked them to render their time and contribute for the upliftment of the economy and livelihood of the people. The DC stressed on the fact that the company was not for the business purpose but for the welfare of the people. He also urged the people not to depend on government incentives alone but to also work hard. The Nagaland Baptist Church Council called for 12 hours of prayer and fasting on April 30 from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. NBCC Executive Secretary Reverend Dr. Kelho Kiho called on the constituent churches and members to lament distress and unworthiness before the Lord, to confess their sins and to commit oneself to the Lord on this day. NBCC further gave prayer points which included prayers for the upcoming elections in 2023, unity among the leadership of the church, government, leaders and policies, and the protracted Naga political issue, leadership for tribal hohos, civil society, students' organization, and for peace in Russia and Ukraine. The state RightWay Portal will be launched today at the Conference Hall of Directorate of Information Technology and Communication, which is located at Tizama Road, Kohima. The launch program is scheduled to be held around 2 p.m. this afternoon as per the arrangements. The special guest for the program will be Advisor of Information Technology and Communication Science and Technology NRE, Honlumo Kikon. Furthermore, all representatives of nodal officers, telecom and infrastructures providers have been requested to attend the launching program. Mon on Twinsang district of Nagaland will soon get to play football on an artificial field as construction of the ongoing synthetic turf playgrounds are nearing completion in both districts. The football ground in Mon district is being constructed under Khelo India scheme, but the project taken up by Northeast Council for construction of the ground's gallery has been going on for the past 8 years, showing no signs of progress or hope of completion anytime soon. The football ground in Twinsang is being constructed under state plan and is on the verge of completion. India Meteorological Department has predicted that rain thunderstorm accompanied by lightning gusty wind is likely to continue over northeast region. Notably, in its daily bulletin, the department said that the isolated scatter rainfall is likely to be there for next 5 days over Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura. IMD further said that isolated heavy rainfall is also very likely to fall over Arunachal Pradesh and Assam, Meghalaya on April 27, 29 and 30. Meanwhile, isolated hailstorm is likely to be over Assam, Meghalaya on April 27. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma on Tuesday launched the program Ginger Mission at Agriculture Training Centre Shillong, aiming at doubling the ginger production in the state to at least 1.5 lakh MT per annum in the next 3 years from its current production of 60,000 MT per annum. With the mission in mind, the Department of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare will introduce improved and high yielding of varieties of ginger like ISSR Mahima, ISSR Varda and Nada. The mission will also benefit 50,000 farmers, and the area of production will be increased from 10,000 hectares to 12,500 hectares. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Wednesday expressed his condolences over the death of 11 people due to electrocution during the chariot procession in Upper Swami Temple of Tamil Nadu, Tanjavur, and announced an ex gratia of 2 lakh each to the next kin. The PMO tweeted saying that it is great pained by the mishap and expresses his condolences to the bereaved families and wish for speedy recovery for those who sustained injuries. An amount of 2 lakh has been announced to those that lost their lives and 50,000 for the injured persons. Tamil District Administration, in collaboration with Administrative Training Institute of Nagaland, began its 4 days training on communitization from Tuesday to Friday at Seminu Town Hall. Notably, the 4-day program will engage villagers, functionaries from Chunlika block to Seminu block. It may be mentioned that the training will be conducted for 42 villages in 2 phases, while the second phase will begin from 28 April 2022 with Seminu block. During the inaugural function at Seminu, the Additional Director of ATI, Chubawati, welcomed the participants and highlighted the importance and necessity of the training for the village functionaries. Furthermore, Deputy Commissioner of Seminu, Zasekulu Chashi, while addressing the village functionaries as special guest, emphasized the importance of communitization and asked the village functionaries to be responsible and the guardian in the village level. He further insisted that villagers' functionaries must ensure better governance and managed by providing and implementing all government schemes and programs efficiently. It is to be mentioned that Seminu, as the newest district in the state, asked the village level leaders to be proactive and help the government make Seminu the model district in the country.
भारतवासियों ने कई देशों की तुलना में अपने देश में हालात
Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Wednesday held a meeting with chief ministers to address the COVID-19 situation via video conferencing. Notably, the meeting came in view of increasing COVID cases in the country over the last 2 weeks. Union Home Minister Amit Shah, Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandavia, and officials from their respective ministries also attended the meeting. It is to be mentioned that India recorded 2,483 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours. Amid spike in COVID-19 cases in the nation, the Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai government takes the decision to make wearing face mask mandatory and to maintain social distance in Karnataka. The CM, while addressing the media, stated that cases are slightly rising in the state. However, there is no need for citizens to panic at the moment, he said. He appealed to the people to follow precautionary measures like wearing masks and maintaining social distance to control the spread threat of the virus. He also stated that Prime Minister Modi will host a meeting with all chief ministers through video conferencing to review COVID situation and to take precautionary measures in the country. It is only after a meeting that any formal decision taken will be implemented to curb COVID situation. However, the Karnataka Chief Minister affirmed that following the meeting, all precautionary and surveillance measures will resume at airports and border districts, especially those bordering Maharashtra and Kerala. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar will make a day-long visit to Dhaka on April 28 to prepare the grounds for a long-pending trip to India by Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Jaishankar's visit will be an opportunity for the state to review several high-profile projects being implemented as part of the India-side development cooperation. Jaishankar's meeting in Dhaka is expected to pave way for the Bangladeshi leaders to visit with the PM Hasina to travel to New Delhi after the month of Ramzan. Russian President Vladimir Putin met with United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres in Kremlin on Tuesday. Notably, the meeting took place to discuss the situation in Ukraine. During their meeting, Putin told Guterres that the Ukraine issue rose after 2014 constitutional coup in Kyiv and that people in Donbas remained under blockage and military pressure. Meanwhile, Guterres remarked that UN is ready to fully mobilize its logistically capabilities and human resources to resolve the situation in Mariupol, Ukraine. That is all for now. Thank you for tuning in, and for more updates, keep watching Nagaland TV.
New YY Dynamite Instant Noodles. It's extra spicy. Taste that will blow your mind.
ऊपर लगा टिंग चिदा भी हुई ना?
Hoy, sir.
फाल बड़ा टिंग तो मिला भी दे?
Okay, sir.